Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob White.
Hey, bud.
That's his catch line. There it is. Hey, bud. It really is. It's a catch line now.
But also like catchphrase. But like I think if you go back, I bet I do it just about every episode.
If not, it's in the rough cut. I don't know if it makes the full up, but you probably do it every time you sit in front of a mic.
Yeah, so from here on out, take a drink if you ever catch me saying, hey, bud.
People get fucking hammered.
I mean, I only say it a couple times.
Yeah, you only say it like at the start because you're like, we're here, we're live.
You're my buddy. Hey.
Whoa, that's how we're starting this. Weird.
Happy Moist Monday.
Happy Moist Monday, everyone. Welcome to another Moist Monday. We're drinking some fancy cocktails.
Yeah, it's a cucumber vodka mixed with lemonade.
Ooh, cheers. Ooh, drinking out of some fancy Coca-Cola glasses. Enjoy.
I fucking love cucumber vodka.
Dude, it's just so like, that's a summer drink for sure. Like I could see myself drinking this on a hot, like patio.
And like doesn't taste like alcohol.
No, like it's like, and it kind of tastes healthy because of the cucumber.
Yeah, I think that's like part of the way you trick yourself. And it's like cucumber, because vodka's the healthiest.
Oh,
alcohol,
definitely.
right?
It definitely is because it's clear.
That or gin, yeah.
You don't, yeah, I feel like when you're trying to like be healthy, you got to avoid
It's like
darker liquids.
Because it's like zero carbs, right?
I don't know, but
I think that's what
I feel like I'm drinking
is.
a healthy, like
it's like a spa drink.
Yeah, spa drink for sure. And then I'm going to feel all loosey-goosey.
Because like spas is where you get like cucumber water and shit like that.
Yeah, and they put cucumbers on your eyes, dude.
Yeah.
And then you just like
Isn't
full body experience of
Isn't it
cucumber.
fucking weird that pickles are cucumbers?
I was just going to think like, what if they put pickles on your eyes?
That would burn like a bitch.
But pickles are so much better.
Yeah, but not for that.
No, but they just are.
Yeah, but
Why? Is that because of the vinegar?
I would.
Like, what's the difference between cucumbers and pickles? Is that
Vinegar,
what we're
right?
going into today?
It's the pickling, yeah. It's also weird.
So it's just because they've been aged?
Well, it's because they've been pickled and like.
What does that even mean? They
It's
just put
like-
it in a jar
with vinegar and like spices and shit. Yeah.
and you can pickle anything?
Yeah, because you like pickle cucumbers, eggs.
You can pickled eggs. I don't think I've ever had pickled eggs, but I
they
love
have
eggs.
Pickled pig feet.
Don't know if I would like that either.
I'd try it.
Is it like with toes and everything?
Yeah, so I don't know if you like gnaw on like.
Oh, you can gnaw on it. That's a good sign of that you gnaw on it.
Well,
not
I mean, you
eat
can't
it.
just because you don't eat the feet because it's hoof. But I imagine you like gnaw on like what their
So
ankles
it's
would
like
be.
a rib, and you just eat the meat around it.
There would be so little meat. You think in an ankle? Although I bet pigs are a little bit canklier.
Jesus Christ!
Have a moist
I don't
Monday,
know
bud.
if I could handle that, but if you can handle that, you can handle the Moist Monday podcast. Enjoy. Press the wrong button. I muted your microphone.
Well, yeah, I mean, like it doesn't really matter. But I'm saying if it's like a really dumb one, like
Yeah, it's us sucking each other's dicks.
Yeah.
Make sure we delete that.
it's a great trend.
Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast. Hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully you're feeling moist. Hopefully you're not feeling the Monday blues and feeling better. I always, dude, ever since we started Moist Monday, I feel like my Mondays are now like
The best day
the
of the week.
best day
Yeah.
of the week because I like look forward to it. It's great. I mean, Tuesday mornings kind of suck, you know,
Right,
because
yeah.
we drink a little
Luckily,
bit.
I don't work Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I do. Luckily, there's been a few Tuesdays where I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I know.
But
I think we've been getting better about not getting wasted on Mondays.
yeah, because we've been eating.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
eat dinner now.
Yeah.
That's the problem is we used to record. I mean, we still record 2 episodes and we drink heavily, do shots, but
Yeah.
now that we have been eating,
Which also a fun tradition that we
Have a
like
nice
have a
meal.
Yeah.
and now that we have a professional chef, professional bartender we've hired,
Yep.
making us meals and drinks. Can't complain about that. And the Notebook's back, ladies and gentlemen. I brought the Notebook. I haven't brought the Notebook in a while. Last week, Jacob had the Notebook, and we heard all about his neighbor and Hy-Vee chai.
In the commandments, I respect.
I love my neighbor.
Yep.
That episode was so.
Yeah.
I still can't.
As of now, no update.
Yeah, because it's been 30 minutes.
Yep.
But for you, 7 days.
Oh, but also wanted to say, because I talked about this on this other podcast I was on. Shout out to the McAllister Hours.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be so happy.
I know. But like Moist Monday, it's one of the worst words ever invented and the worst day of the week, and we make it a fucking weekly holiday that everyone is allowed to celebrate.
And I love that we're slowly converting people into the cult.
Yep.
That is Moist Monday, because your girlfriend for the longest time hated it, didn't want to say it,
and now she makes posts. Yeah.
and now every Monday she cheers with us and
says,
she says
"Happy
it. She
Moist
says she
Monday."
literally says Happy Moist Monday,
Yeah.
and that's the whole goal, is that we will convert you and this will become a holiday. And once a year on a Monday, we will get Monday off of work for Moist Monday. It will be like MLK Day and Memorial Day.
That's more than one day
But
a year. Yeah.
I want one Monday a year.
Oh, as a Moist Monday.
That's the official Moist Month. Maybe it's the launch day of the podcast.
So I thought
I want the government.
you meant we wanted to like take back MLK Day.
No,
As a-
I'm just saying, like, those are Mondays. I want our own yearly Monday where everyone gets it off work and
Yeah.
we just.
and we're fine being the least like let's put MLK and Memorial Day at the top. Then
Oh, yeah,
Labor
because-
Day,
because
and
they're
then
important.
Moist Monday.
Maybe we do the Monday before Christmas, or maybe the Monday after New Year's Eve, or just like a Monday that no one really cares about,
Yeah.
and they don't want to go to work anyway. They usually ask for it off.
And we'll get it on your calendar, Moist Monday. And also, anyone weekly celebrating a Moist Monday, please, please, please take a photo, tag us in it. We will repost whatever because
Yeah, on Instagram.
we want just
Dude, yes, spread the cult, spread the lies,
spread the moisture.
spread the moisture. And I always forget that's the full word of
Yeah.
moist is
Yeah.
moisture.
Well, yeah, because when I was picking up alcohol for today, I was like, oh, I gotta get some moisturizer.
It's like instead of going to the fucking sex store, we go to the liquor aisle and we get some moisture for our Mondays. Okay, so I have 3 things I want to talk about today. They're all over the board. 2 of them are serious, and 1 is just silly, but I want to talk about it.
All right, do you want a silly sandwich this then? Start with serious, go silly, then end with serious.
Oh, serious, silly, serious?
Yeah,
SSS?
a silly sandwich with some
Silly
serious
sandwich.
buns.
All right, let's do that. Okay, let's start with the first one. This is actually the first one I have written down, so it works great.
Beautiful. What you got for me?
So I don't know why. Okay, so preface this. This applies to both serious things. I'm not in therapy right now.
Oh, okay.
I know, like I said it a bunch in the early episodes, but my therapist actually left, went to go do private practice. Her thing is way out of town and also doesn't accept my insurance.
Fuck.
So I was like, fuck. And she tried setting me up with somebody.
Yeah.
And it was a dude. And I just like, I didn't ever meet him. So it was just over email. And like, I just didn't respond to his email because I was like, I kind of want a female therapist.
Yeah.
I need to get back into it.
So you'll have to do like a weird search for another one.
Yeah. Which sucks because therapy is super important. I really need it. I really recommend it.
And according to the last episode, I also need it, but I'm not going.
Yeah, but I can tell I haven't been in a while because like there's certain things that I would talk about or like try and work through, and like it's super important, at least for me.
Right.
And so that's my goal, is to like hopefully by the time I hear this episode when it comes out, I will have a therapist again.
Just like, yeah, check that box.
So this podcast is kind of like, here's my goals. By the time it comes out, did I complete my goals? We'll see.
Which is last week's episode for me.
Yeah. And then we talked about in a future episode, going to the gym and working out. And
Yeah.
we set a goal of like going 4 times, and I think we've done it.
Yeah, no, we've been better.
Better, not quite, but better.
Yes.
At least once a week, hopefully. So I haven't been to therapy in probably 2 months, which sucks.
Wow, okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know
So it's been a
that.
long time, and I haven't scheduled anything, and it always takes a while to, we talked about that. It takes a while to get in. I need to call them. It's been on my to-do list. But the first thing I want to talk about is I just deleted all the dating apps on my phone.
Really? Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I just,
Are you talking to anyone right now?
so I was kind of talking to somebody that lived in this area. You know her.
Oh, right. And you were hanging out with her.
I was hanging out with her. It was kind of cool. But then like it was self-realization that I'm so busy,
Sure.
and also, and she was totally fine with that and aware of that. But then also I was like, man, she was super cool. She was super fun. But then I was also like, man, I know I'm busy. I can schedule time for you. But then also I realized like, I don't know if energy wise, I can handle this.
Sure.
And then
Was she asking anything of you yet?
No,
though?
no, and she was totally fine. She was like, "I get you're busy. It's just let me know when you're available."
Yeah. So
And
she was.
she was totally cool about it.
Okay.
But like that, the realization of that in my mind was like, man, I don't know if I can handle any more on my plate right now.
Sure.
And so like after I ended things with that, I was like thinking, and like honestly, like for the longest time, I had like Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, like all this stuff on my phone, but I hadn't ever. I like never got on it.
Yeah, you didn't use
I
it.
wasn't even
Sure.
swiping. Sometimes I get likes here and there, but I was barely on it because just energy and time. And also like I've realized like,
I mean, priorities.
yeah, priorities. And I've realized that lately I feel great when I'm doing things that I want to do and pursue.
Okay.
And then anytime I dive back into the dating scene, that's kind of when things run amok and
Okay.
get a little stray. And then I'm like, it's because I'm spending more energy trying to chase something that's maybe not going to happen.
Yeah,
and then
like-
I get like super behind or anxious about projects that are already going on.
Well, because like us, like dating apps, it's so much wasted potential.
It's so much wasted potential.
Where the idea of if you like, because you're not against dating someone right now. per
No,
se,
like I
right?
would.
If
I
you
would
met somebody,
If I met somebody and like maybe we clicked or like
Yeah.
So like, and also yeah, it's just tough because I would like to have that. I would like to have like the serious thing, and I am talking to one person still.
ooh,
It's
ooh,
I've never met her.
ooh,
Yeah. Ooh. We've only been texting because she lives like 2 hours away. But we met on Hinge, and it's like it's a very casual.
but like good.
Good. I like the conversation, but I don't know if it's ever gonna like go anywhere because she lives 2 hours away. I don't know if it's ever gonna become anything.
But also, you're now okay with the idea of like, oh, this is just a nice conversation.
Yeah, it's just
too.
somebody to just I have a text to respond to because usually I don't.
Yeah,
And
except
but
for if it's just me
well, we usually text every
texting
day.
like a dumb joke. Yeah,
But I like that, and it's just weird, and it happened last week. Like I think it happened on Thursday, so about 4 days ago, 5 days ago. I just like was looking at my phone. I saw all the apps, and I just went. I held my iPhone, so like the thing started to vibrate, and then I just went delete, delete, delete.
okay,
And I occasionally get emails saying, "Oh, so and so liked you on Hinge.
Yeah.
you have a match on Tinder waiting." And I just like delete the email. It's a weird like I don't know. It's a weird thing that I don't know what I don't know.
I mean, because there's also always the option just to bring them back up, so there's no harm in removing
Yeah, I didn't
them.
delete my accounts. My accounts are still active.
Well,
I
you
just
can also
deleted
just restart an account too,
which I've never done.
which you should do if you when if
I
and
brought,
when
yeah,
you
when I ever re-download them
nice refresh it
and
yeah.
then maybe get new photos and
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
We've talked about that before, but it's just a weird thing because usually I'll always have the apps unless I'm like seriously talking to somebody, and then of course I'll delete them. But now I'm like not seriously talking to anyone. I'm not dating anyone. I'm
Yeah.
not really, and I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
But it's just weird. It's a priority thing for sure. It's just super like
it's also like kind of a respect thing for literally the rest of the world and the people like close to you. That
I think
you're like,
I think that was honestly part of it was because when I was talking to this girl, she was way into me.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell, and I mean she was super cool. But I was like, man, I don't want to like this isn't fair to you.
yeah,
And like so then I realized, oh, this isn't fair to anyone that could potentially be.
Yeah.
Because this is how it's going to end.
okay, yeah.
Unless of course
It just clicks.
it clicks.
Because you successfully did have a click recently.
I did have a click recently, and then
just turned out.
part of the reason it ended was because I was so busy.
Yeah, and then also just
Other things.
she changed pretty drastically with
Yeah, in 3 months.
yeah, and it was unfair that she was aware of who you are and what you were doing, and then she just suddenly
Yeah, without even communication, which was so weird. I think we talked about this before, but like
right, yeah,
we were so into communication and we knew that was important, and we had like done all these like we were very open. We had raw, real conversation. We had a conversation where we were both crying.
Yeah.
Like it was like these great, intimate, vulnerable conversations. And then all of a sudden at the end, I was hit with all this stuff. I was like, we've never talked about this. What? I didn't even know this was a problem.
she held back issues.
Yeah, and
that-
I was like, what the? Like I was just kind of blindsided, but then also I was like fine with it because I didn't fight for it. I just kind of accepted it and moved on.
well, because also there's a moment where you're like, oh, so this is who you are. That's just not compatible with me. So okay,
So
that sucks, but
it does suck because it was super fun. I really enjoyed it, but then also like big picture, I'm like, did I kind of dodge a bullet? Did I kind of?
I mean, yeah, because you could have.
Yeah, fell on an empty beer bottle. I just don't know. I'm at a weird part with my life,
Yeah,
and it's weird saying like I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do and what it's just weird because I feel like I'm in my upper 20s.
yeah.
And like people around me are getting married, people around me are having kids, and I'm just like still like
I promise you, they have no idea what they're doing either.
but then I'm just over here like I got a podcast on a YouTube channel and
But like, a lot of people want that.
It's not that hard, guys. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
that hard. Just fucking start a podcast that
Yeah.
no one listens to.
But it's hard to start one this good.
Yeah, true. We're top of the charts. That's what Alicia keeps telling me. It's just a weird fucking thing. And I just it's a and I feel like if I went to therapy, that's kind of what it falls back on, is like
Right.
I would be able to talk through it and be like, maybe she'd be like ask me questions, and then I could kind of realize I got some of that self-realization, but like kind of
Sure.
like come to the answers
And,
and,
like, it's-
kind of comes to the terms of what I want, what my priorities are. I mean, I kind of already know that, but like,
seem
you know what I
pretty
mean?
grounded in your thought process, which is good.
It was just a weird sudden thing where I just went delete, delete, delete.
I mean,
Because I didn't even think about it or talk about it or do. I just did it and I didn't feel anything.
No, you didn't. Not even like relief.
I felt a little bit of relief, but also I wasn't on them prior.
Sure.
So like I just didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, it's still cool that you made a decision.
Yeah. But also no decision is a decision.
True. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say. I don't know who says it, but
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Alicia?
What a fucking bitch. Of course she would say that. Of course she would say that. That's why we don't give you a mic. She's just sitting over there rocking in her chair. Okay. So that's one of my topics.
I liked it.
Moving real. That was real life, serious. Dude, okay, while we're on it real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Here's another weird thing that I just realized. So long time ago. Remember that girl I was talking to a little bit that was terrible at texting?
Yes.
And then we had that follow-up text where it was like, man, I could, this may be forward, but I could really see myself falling for you. I'd love to see you, go on dates with you.
And then nothing.
I responded immediately.
Right.
And then I texted her a couple days later.
And you had a very appropriate response where you kind of like ignored the I could fall for you stuff. And you're just like, I would love to see you
I'd
again.
love to see you again. And then I sent her another text. Hey, when can I see you again?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's
Literally not. It's been like I'm like, what
a month
the?
at this point, right?
Probably 2 months. I'm like, what? And by the time you hear this, probably fucking 6 months. But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, she sent that to the wrong person.
Or like she was drunk, or like maybe she had a fucked up friend that thought this would be funny. But no, but like she messaged you through a different format for that too.
Yeah, because then she lost her phone and messaged me on Facebook saying, hey, I lost my phone. I just want to make sure you got my message. Like, what the
So
fuck?
weird. I don't know. Oh, I have a weird text I got from an old fling of mine too.
Oh, recently you got
Yeah,
it?
no, I think like 2 days ago. Yeah, it was.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and like it was nothing important. It was just weird that they felt the need to say this. It was like, hey, I thought I saw you at a Sum 41 and Simple Plan concert, but it wasn't you.
That was the text?
Yeah. So she both came up with the idea of like, hey, were you at this? But also with the knowledge of that wasn't you.
And then that's the end of the conversation.
Well, I just responded like, nope, but that's something I'd go to. And then she just left that on red. I was like, okay.
What the fuck? What
No, the idea.
the heck?
The idea.
Such a weird message.
Well, yeah, because like that, I could text anybody like, hey, I thought I saw you, but then it wasn't you. That's
Okay.
That's weird to say.
That's super weird because it's like, how do you respond to that? It's like, well, you were right. I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
What if it was like, well, I was there and you
Yeah.
just maybe didn't see me?
You were just staring at me and you went like, nah.
No, that's not him.
Well, also, this is not somebody I bet it's been 4 years.
And you're just getting when you looked at your phone, were you like, what the heck?
Well, I was like, maybe like I posted a story that like she related because she's still local and like,
Maybe she responded to your story or
yeah, or just like, I don't know, or like maybe a freak show thing because I'm like the only person who does that. Like, because I guess I don't know exactly what day it was, but I had a few shows recently, so maybe like comment on that or something
Yeah,
weird like
just-
that. But like,
yeah.
nope.
It was
So
just-
I thought I saw you, but I know I didn't.
Okay.
Okay. That reminds me
fuck?
of my favorite text I ever received from a girl. And like this was a girl I never even hung out with. I think we were just like talking or whatever, like just from Tinder, got her Snapchat. And she said, hey, good morning. I said, oh, hey, what's up? And then she responded, just wanted to say good morning. And then that was the end of the conversation.
I remember you telling me this.
Because that was-
what the fuck?
That blew my mind. 'cause,
All I
like,
wanted to tell you was good morning and that's it.
Yeah, like,
What?
what does that
I
mean?
appreciate the good morning, but also usually good morning is like, let's talk the rest of the fucking day.
Or just like, that's the start of a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Just want
Moving on. It's literally like it was a text, but it was like you were in passing.
Right,
Good
yeah.
morning. Good morning. And then never see you again. What the heck?
No, because I know I
It's so-
said, "Hey, what's up?" And she said, "Just wanted to say good morning," and that was that. And oh God, I still think about that constantly. I have no idea who it was because it was so long ago. And
Now I want to do that.
I know.
Like I have so many people on Snapchat that are from Tinder and the dating apps that I don't talk to, but I'm just friends with them on Snapchat. It's,
and you like look at their stories and be like,
and we both watch each other's stories,
Yeah.
and it's just like this stupid, weird, awkward thing, and we've never met. I have so many people on there, so it'd be so funny just to like copy and paste and do it to all those people, and then just see what happens, and then just literally respond. I just want to tell you good morning,
and then like remove them from friends so they can't.
so they can't even respond. That'd be so funny to unfriend them, so they just have the gray arrow,
No,
and they're like, "What? What happened?"
Yeah, like that. I don't know. Like, did this girl do it because she thought it was funny, or did she just literally want to do that?
She just wanted you to have a great morning,
And then
that
that's
was
it.
And then that was it. She didn't care about the rest of your day. Don't even have a good afternoon.
No, just
Just morning.
wanted to say good morning. I am obsessed
I
with
wonder
that.
if she sent that to multiple people.
I like. Was it a bit she came up with?
That's a funny bit.
No, if so, that's incredible. But I feel like it isn't. I feel like she just said that.
Yeah,
And
but
she
now we can make it into a bit.
Right, but like she didn't understand what she did.
She didn't understand the genius of, hey, good morning.
I mean, it's like when you text somebody you up at 2:15 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. And that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But people don't get it. So maybe we just don't get it. And now I'm going to start. I want to do that so bad. Especially like, dude, if you send it like 6 a.m., so maybe they wake up to it. It's like, oh, I got a good morning text. That'd be cool. They wake up at like 7:38.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. And then
And
then you just end it. Like, I feel like that would kind of deflate people's balloons. Like 100%.
it's just a left turn. And something funny about the girl I'm dating now that I noticed when we text, she usually texts first because she wakes up like an hour before me and I go to work and I drive for a living. So I'm not on my phone much. So usually I wait for her to reach out to when she feels like talking because like she also has to get going at work and stuff. And she'll just be like, she'll usually just say like, hey, and I'll respond, oh, hi. And then she'll say,
Oh, hi.
well, like it'll be like a hello, hello. And then she'll do another hello.
So it goes, hello.
And then I'm like, how are you? Like she,
So she initiated the conversation, but she's waiting for you to start the conversation.
yes, no,
That's so funny.
And I've never talked to her about this. So I'll notice when this comes out if she noticed or if
She
she,
ain't fucking listening to this bullshit. She could
but
probably
like,
hear us
yeah,
talking.
I've always wanted to test like how far she'll go without talking.
You gotta respond again. Hello.
Yeah.
Or just hi.
Yeah. So like she'll text first and then I'll respond and then she won't continue. She'll
Dude,
just repeat. I think
I want to start.
it's so funny.
I kind of want to apply that to the good morning thing. So I'm gonna text people, hey, good. Hope you have a good morning, and they go, oh, thanks, you too, and I just say, good morning. You just respond.
and then if they're like, what's up? And they're like, I wanted just to tell you good
Yeah.
morning.
Good
And
morning.
Then, and then respond again, good morning.
Good
period.
morning. Good morning. Period. And then just a selfie of my eyes staring at them.
Do you remember this time when back before Snapchat stories were a thing? So if you and I wanted people to see what we were doing, we would literally send it to every person in our contacts.
Oh yeah, you could click them all.
And then I remember one time we did that together, and then you got a respond back from a girl that you like used to talk to, and it was a photo of her dad saying, "Don't text her."
Oh,
Do you remember that?
I do. Were we in the mall?
No, I think we were in my backyard doing something. Like I think we were.
Don't text her.
And it was a picture of like her dad, and we were just like, "What the fuck?"
That's because we were in high school, so it was that weird thing where we were talking to people like
Well, and,
15, 16, 17, 18, you know what I mean? And so you're obviously at home and like
Yeah. And it was
we
before,
just sit and fucking, and then we were like, whoa.
and like yeah, because also this wasn't just something you and I did, but before Snapchat stories, if there was something you wanted a lot of people to see, you would literally send it to anyone who
And then
might
people
be
could
interested.
and then people could respond or
Yeah,
just view it.
Because also you would constantly get messages from people you barely talk to.
And it was
just-
always just like Happy Moist Monday. Like it's always, and that's where we got the idea. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I remember that. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
That actually happened to me a few times.
from the same girl.
No, I don't remember. Maybe it was the same girl, but
And you kept just mass texting.
Mass
So
texting.
she kept getting shit from you, but instead of deleting you or removing you, it was
she
just
just
her
kept showing
dad.
her. But I remember like, because around that age, you know, you don't know, and then you send like a text to a girl, and it's like, this is so and so's dad. Why are you messaging my daughter? And it's like,
Or this is her boyfriend. Why?
yeah, and
do you-
it's like,
fucking
well, I've never met her, so doses.
Well, yeah,
Like,
it's
I
also
don't-
Snapchat was so fresh, so like you were just trying to get as many people on
Yeah,
Snapchat as
you
possible.
were just, and then also I was on the dating apps back then.
Yeah.
For certain parts, like I remember being on Meet Me for a little bit. That
I
was an
met
early
my
one.
first girl, or not my first girlfriend, but my second
And
girlfriend
Meet Me,
ever.
and it was like that was just such it felt like such a sketchy app.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then also remember Kick?
yeah, that was the texting app that you get. Like on Meet Me, everyone had a Kick.
Everyone, and then you could literally text people from around the world. And also, I had a few people on Kick that I think I met through Kick somehow. And and it was, I used to
I
message,
think I did too.
and
there was
there was just a couple of people you talked to that you had no idea who they were. It was weird.
there was people I talked to for like
Years.
a decade at this point. I bet. Yeah, I had it at 16, and I bet I'm now Snapchat friends. Actually, I know for a fact 2 people that I met off of Kick that I'm still friends with.
On Snapchat.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. One of them's married with kids, and like if I message her, we'd still be very friendly.
What the heck?
The other one messaged me last week because for her art project, she actually made my cats a food bowl and mailed it to me.
What the fuck?
Never met me. Like I've never met
She's
either of them.
obsessed with you.
No, we were just great friends, and she like I knew her cats, she knew mine. Like it was like we were just friends.
What the heck? I remember when I was on like Kick and Meet Me and stuff. That was like where I would go and like talk about this serious shit that was happening. Like,
Because
it'd be
there's no
my
judgment.
my parents are fighting. Can you like help me distract me? And you're just talking to this random fucking stranger, but then they would also do it to me.
Yep.
And I'm like, looking back, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I
That's
mean-
such a weird. And also, I feel like that was definitely a generational thing. Like only people in our age group.
Do people still use Kick?
I don't think so. I feel like because they're just on TikTok now, and they just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. And the Vine was kind of around, but it wasn't as big as TikTok. And
No, but Vine was better. Well, the beginning, Vine didn't last long enough.
Vine was great.
Vine, like
I was
the,
a Viner.
The classic Vines. I never actually had the app. I just watched all the videos.
Oh, dude, I had the app and I made them all the time, and they were so fucking stupid. I remember one of my favorite it's so stupid, but I think it's Rihanna's song where it says like "This girl's on fire."
Not Rihanna, Adele.
Adele?
Yeah, I think
Something like
so.
that. So it was like me listening to the song, and then like it said like "This girl's on fire," and I just paused the song and said, "Put her out."
Yeah.
I thought it was it's just, I still think it's funny. I think it's super funny.
Well, God.
And that was the Vine humor though.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just stupid shit.
yeah. Yeah, Kick and Meet Me were gross though.
They were like Meet Me. And I was on a couple other apps that were similar to Meet Me that were like super like sketchy and like they just felt weird.
And it was like localized, but you could see who was local, so that's weird.
And there was like I think there was like dots to say when people were online, so
Yep.
you could just start chatting immediately.
Well, you would message every girl in the area.
Oh, absolutely.
And-
And then if they were, that's literally how I met one of my girlfriends, was on Meet Me.
Me too.
And now she's getting married. Like that's so weird.
Yeah.
Like just over, I can't even imagine
It's
what.
weird that group of people was on Meet Me because they were all very innocent.
Yeah. And then we were friends with them for a decade. Like that's so weird. Like I can't even imagine like growing up in this generation with even more.
Ugh. I wonder if there are like apps you and I just don't know about.
Probably, but they're probably not as sketchy. And but also like
I don't know.
maybe they might be, but also like because I know like Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and stuff, I think you have to be 18 for those. But I know a lot of people like 17 probably lie. But then like what if you're because I think I started being on when like 15. What do you
whenever
on?
I got my first
Is
smartphone.
Tumblr still a thing? I remember that was a huge.
Everyone got rid of their Tumblr because they took off porn.
Oh, they got rid of porn on Tumblr.
Yeah, you don't remember that? That was a big deal.
The porn on Tumblr was great,
Yeah, because you could just like follow like just like
and you could just scroll. It was kind of like Reddit.
yeah, except for better because it would like I don't know, it just was.
And then it was a lot high quality. Like
Yeah.
oh, that's hot gifs.
I mean, yeah, that used to be where I just went for porn because you just follow just like pages that like was your kinks.
And it was 100%. It wasn't just like a person. It was just like a page dedicated to that.
Yes,
And
the
it was
idea of
cool.
this,
And
and
it would-
people would
yeah.
like, yeah, and you could just scroll, and it'd be all over there. I remember I was so annoyed that one of my smartphones had if you scrolled once to the left, it had an automatic page that would take just like your social media platforms and just post stuff on, or not post, but like show what's on it. So it'd be like Facebook or Twitter. I've never had a Twitter, but like it'd be like Facebook, and then Tumblr was an option, but it would just be porn. Because
Oh, what
so I was
the
like,
heck?
and like you couldn't delete it because it was just like social media shit. And so I was like, I could never scroll to that side of my phone.
What the heck?
Yeah, until I got rid of Tumblr, I bet, or whatever. I can't remember what
So it
phone that
just
was.
showed you, and then it was just fucking a gif of someone getting humped.
Yeah, like-
but it was hot, dude. It was like arts. I feel like Tumblr was like artsy porn.
So, I mean, if you followed that page,
I
yeah.
remember seeing a bunch of like artsy porn on Tumblr, and
It was a lot of black and white shit.
it was black and white. It was
Why
artsy,
was it so much black and
but
white?
it was fucking hot.
No, it was great. But like,
But it was like beautifully shot. black and
Reddit
white.
doesn't have that.
No, Reddit's just fucking raw on your phone.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because the shit I follow on Reddit's like, not artsy.
I just feel like Tumblr was more of the artsy weirdos.
I remember artistic, like, yeah, it was all art.
Black and white was. I can picture a few scenes.
Literally have an image in my head
What's crazy is I can picture a few scenes
that you probably saw once.
but they're all from the same. You can tell they're all from the same thing, and they're just scenes from that same video.
What is the first thing you picture from Tumblr porn? Because I have one very
It's
specific.
a black and white. It's a man and a girl,
Okay.
and they're on a bed, and the bed has 4 posts.
Okay. That's not what I picture.
Okay.
My picture is like a 3/4 view up of a girl getting it from behind, but she's like standing. Like I can like remember that.
That sounds hot.
It was great. Yeah.
It sounds
But no,
black
when you
and white.
Yeah, no, it was black and white. I feel like you didn't see any of their faces.
And it was just like this. You could tell it wasn't just sex. It was like love making.
And it was like looped perfectly so you didn't notice the gap.
Oh, and it was just, you could just stare at it for hours.
But also you could just scroll up or down and there'd be something else.
Oh, man. I remember getting into Tumblr because the girl I met on me because she had a Tumblr. And I was like, what the heck? So I made an account. Tumblr was a weird, I never quite fully understood what it was.
I never
It was like a blog site that I've had a few interactions with Tumblr. One of my exes did like a massive post on Tumblr that I remember reading because I used to creep on her Tumblr because that was like her diary.
Oh, weird. Because I never posted on Tumblr.
And it was like, Tumblr was such a weird thing.
I remember it used to be a thing to be a Tumblr boy or a Tumblr girl.
And that like kind of proved that you were kind of edgy or kind of
You were, no, like, I mean,
artsy.
like, it was a lot of like emo people would get famous.
Definitely.
Because I remember one time someone said I could be a Tumblr boy. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And like, I literally wrote that and I never posted.
You could be a Tumblr boy.
At this point, probably not. But like back then when I had the perfect swooshy hair. That
What
I
do you
straight-
think? Do you think Tumblr's still around? And
I
what
mean,
do you think it is?
It's still an app. It's
still
probably arts and crafts and like
just
journals
blogging
now.
and
Yeah.
it's still people writing diary.
Yeah.
My boyfriend just cheated on me. It's May 26th. I don't like. I don't. Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of it was. It was like artsy. It was musical, and then
There
it was
was
a
good
lot of,
music on
and then
there,
it was a
too.
lot of diary stuff, and then a lot of the stuff like people would like make their accounts private so like they could just diary on it.
Do you remember the old shit you used to be able to do on Facebook? Like the weird. I remember there used to be a
Pirate language.
No.
You could do that.
What the fuck?
You could. I remember. Okay, so you had something different.
No, you continue.
But I remember back in the
She
day.
just looked at me in the eyes and said, pirate language. And I'm
It
very
was
intrigued.
definitely a thing, dude. Because on Facebook you could go in and change your language.
Yes.
And I don't know if you can still do it, probably. But there was a thing for pirate language. So literally every post and everything you saw on Facebook was in pirate talk. So even people's statuses were converted to pirate
That
talk.
seems impossible.
No, dude, I remember doing it. It was hilarious. And I had my Facebook set to it for a little bit. It was awesome.
So is it just like arg and
Yeah, dude, and it literally converted people's statuses and posts into pirate talk. Dude, it was so funny. I literally did it for months.
weird?
And then I remember playing Farmville a lot.
Farmville was
I
cool.
played a lot. I played Farmville. I played like this city DJ game. I played a lot of like those games where you have to log on after every few hours and like,
Yeah, I
you
think
collect-
Farmville was the only game I played because my cousin was super into it. Like, my cousin was so into it, he made a fake account to help his farm.
Holy shit, my farm got huge,
Really?
dude.
Does Farmville still exist? Like, is our farm still there?
It might be because I think they're on like Farmville 3.0 or something.
So did we lose? We had to have lost our farms by now.
I remember also there was a online like, so it was like Clash of Clans
because you could visit other people's farms.
But I
gift
remember
them
that this
shit.
was a different game. It was like Clash of Clans, where you had to get on like every so hours and upgrade your town hall and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And it was like it didn't look as great as Clash of Clans. But I remember like doing it on my laptop, setting alarms on my phone, waking up in the middle of the night, opening my laptop so I could upgrade my town hall.
I had
upgrade
one of
my
those, but it wasn't off of Facebook. There was
this one wasn't on Facebook.
Okay.
It was just something online.
God.
And I don't remember what it was, but I remember
it's
like
the same one I
remember
did.
like setting alarms to just upgrade my gold and upgrade my, and it was like very archaic. Like I remember like it was the top down look. Just it was weird, but I was like so into it for some reason.
No, I'm gonna look this.
You're gonna
up.
look it up. He's gonna go get his phone that he's dropped.
Yeah, I couldn't find it because I forgot where it was.
How do you even search for something like that?
Clash of Clans
Knockoff.
style games.
It's probably not
It's
even.
all new ones.
Yeah, it's probably not even. Dude, it was like 15 years ago,
It had a really simple name.
and it was online.
God damn it.
And you could be a part of clans. You could be a part. I remember I was
Yeah.
a part of it because I remember I was in it with my cousin, and we were in the same like crew.
God damn it.
It's probably long and gone and forgotten about
know.
because it was so archaic.
Forge? No.
Forge. It definitely had a name similar,
It had like a one word name.
and I had it always open on my laptop.
No, yeah, because you like, fuck, I remember that.
Oh man,
No,
does
it's-
anybody? If you guys know what we're talking about, I
It's
know
good-
it's such a niche thing, but let us know.
'cause
Send us a DM on Instagram. Send us an email at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com
it wasn't that, but it looked like, God damn it.
because we would love to freaking know and find out. And if it's still active, I'd love to just check in. Just be like, hey guys, I'm back. See what's going on. Old Clash of Clans or old
Yeah.
what's that type of game style called?
That's also what I'm looking up.
Like tower defense.
It's not
tower,
that though.
Not tower defense, because that's also one thing I want to talk about on my notebook is a tower defense game.
Okay.
No joke. So it kind of ties in. It's like a
This is gonna bug the fuck out of
What
me.
is it, dude? I feel like we're thinking about the same thing because it was like the only thing around that was like this.
My neighbor got me really into it, I remember.
It was. I mean, World of Warcraft was huge at the time. It was
No, it wasn't like that.
no, but that was huge at the time during this.
It's like it kind of looked like that, but that's not it.
No, it was. It was archaic looking.
Yeah.
It was top down
Kingdom
ish.
building games, is that what it's called?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like no one's saying
Dude,
what,
it was a huge game, and
I
I have
know.
no idea what it was.
and also I know the name was so simple.
And it wasn't part of Facebook. It was something
Nope,
I had
yeah.
open in my browser, and it was freaking cool. And this was like before. I think maybe I had an iPod Touch at this time, but it was definitely before I had a smartphone because I had my old school laptop when I was playing it. Because I remember pushing my laptop under my bunk bed, and then my alarm would go off at 2 a.m. I'd wake up, open my laptop, restart a freaking goal.
Tribal Wars.
Was it Tribal Wars?
I think it was
Do you have
Tribal Wars.
images?
I'll look it up. I think it was Tribal Wars.
Tribal Wars. I definitely recognize it if I saw it.
There's that, but like
What the heck?
I don't remember like the circle thing.
No, I don't remember the certain. Maybe it's not Tribal Wars because that doesn't look familiar at all.
That more like
What I'm picturing is more archaic.
yeah, it didn't look that nice, but maybe Tribal Wars 2 is a thing, I guess.
Of course, and that Farmville probably is on 6, probably.
Yeah, old Tribal Wars, old.
That might be. I literally do not remember.
I'm pretty sure
It was definitely like 10 plus years ago.
says 13 years right here. I just don't like all these images. Don't
Don't ring a bell, and that's the weird part. Is like I played it all the time.
that one kind of does. The numbering system looks familiar.
Man, it's so tough. I have such a specific image in my head.
I know,
and I
and
don't. It could just be a made up image too.
True.
It could just be what my mind associates with what I think it was.
I think it was Tribal Wars.
It might have been. It's like it's so crazy. It's so old that not even unless it's something different. But like that's
That the name sounds familiar and like, oh,
it's close.
I know
But I don't feel like it's not one of those like, oh, that's what it is for sure.
it is. Yep.
That's 100% it, dude.
Yep.
What is that? That the
Tribal
inventory
Wars.
map?
Yep.
That's I remember, dude. Now that I saw the inventory map,
Yep.
what did you grow? Like meat and dude, that's what it is.
Wood or an iron, it looks like. And then you have a warehouse and a farm. Yep. Tribal
Yeah,
Wars.
dude. I don't recognize the overview map, but I
and
recognize that map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that's what it
All
was.
right,
Tribal
Tribal
Wars.
Wars.
Oh my God, we found it. Did anyone play Tribal Wars? I guarantee our buddy Josh played it.
I bet, yeah.
Dude,
Because I'm sure you got him into it.
Dude, oh man, that shit was fun. Speaking of games, though, I've been addicted to this game. I've known about it since high school. I just re-downloaded it on my iPhone.
Okay.
It's a tower defense game. Have you ever been into a tower
That's
defense
like
game?
balloons and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
balloons was badass.
Yep.
This game's called Field Runners.
No idea.
Oh, oh.
Don't be condescending.
Oh, no, dude, this game, I can't stop playing it. I'm addicted to it. It's so simple, but it's so. When I first downloaded the game, I was in high school or junior high when I because there's like Field Runners 2 now, and there's like maybe even a third one out. But the original is what I play. It's so much fun. So the main goal is you have to survive 100 waves to win. You have 20 lives. You can let 20 people through. If you let less than 20, you win. But they've recently added an endless mode where you just go as long as you freaking can.
Yeah, I don't recognize this at all.
Dude, it's so much fun.
I'll download it.
Because I'm trying to figure out the best way. Sounds so fucking nerdy, but I'm trying to find the best way to last the longest in endless mode.
Sure.
And I've even looked up like best way to
Tips,
survive and like best map layouts.
Isn't that such a bummer when you look for tips on like mobile games?
It is such a bummer, but like I'll like follow the guides and they're like, yeah, I made it to level 700. And I'll try doing it and I won't even pass 100. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? The tough part is like, they'll come down on like there'll be people walking and then you'll build it so they'll walk through your thing. But then some of the levels will be plains. So we'll just fly right over everything. So literally the middle of your map has to be super strong. So you gotta like, and then I try building maps where they go through the whole thing. And then right before the end, I pause the game, I delete the block, and then replace it. So then they have to go through the whole maze again. So I build 2 basically mazes so I can. So then the only things that are getting through are planes.
Yeah.
Dude, it's frustratingly, addictingly. I've played it a bunch. I play it so much. I will get sick of it. But then like I'm so hooked right now.
What was your favorite like computer games as a kid? And what websites did you use?
Computer games.
Because for me, miniclips.com.
Miniclips.com. Do you remember Cool Math Games for Kids or whatever?
Yeah, because they had a Tron game that was really good.
It sounds like a stupid website.
Because it is.
Because it is, but there were a couple sweet games on Cool Math Games for Kids.
And we were allowed to play that in elementary school.
Yeah, that's how I remember
as long as they saw the website. But yeah, you could play Light Bike.
Mini Clips.
Yep.
That website had so much crazy shit on it.
They had that, what was it called? It was like a helicopter. Like you were fighting a helicopter. And it was awesome.
I don't even remember what I played because there were so many options.
They also had Club Penguin and RuneScape on mini clips. R.I.P. Club Penguin.
I played Club Penguin.
I used to just like get kicked off for fun.
No, dude, I used to play Club Penguin with my AOL chat thing open. That's how.
Oh, do you remember AOL chat?
Yeah, dude, I would play Club Penguin with that thing open because I remember logging into my.
You'd say anyone message me on here.
Oh, you would ASL.
Yeah.
Age, sex, location. Yeah. That was a thing. ASL. But I remember logging into Club Penguin. I could go visit my dad and then log into Club Penguin on his computer.
Dad? Oh, okay. I thought you meant on Club Penguin.
No, I would go visit my dad at his house and then log into Club Penguin so I could keep playing my account. And I remember there was cool things in Club Penguin where you could become like a secret agent.
Okay.
Did you ever do that?
No. I remember it was just hard to get like a puffler or whatever the fuck they were called.
I was really good.
Did you have to pay for it?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just played it a ton.
Wow.
But you could become a secret agent, and then you could, at the DJ, you could literally enter one of the speakers to go into the secret agent area.
I did not know about this.
Fucking cool, dude. I was a secret agent. And then I remember there was a couple areas where you could play mini games. Like you would walk up to an arcade, and then you could play mini games.
Yeah, and there was like the pizza making one, and you could like race people on the like snow.
One of my favorites was this cart one, where you're literally riding in like a cart. And the longer you survive, the more coins you get. And it literally, I would play the cart game so much because I would get so many coins so fast.
Yeah.
God, I played Club Penguin so much.
Because I think
that was such a stupid game. Because you were literally online. It was just online, open world kind of.
Yeah.
But then you could. I remember like maybe dating someone in Club Penguin.
I did that on RuneScape. I'd be like, who wants to be my girlfriend? And they were like, sure, but you have to give me your password. And I did. And they stole my armor.
Oh, I remember playing RuneScape.
Gold Digger. I had a full black armor set I was so proud of. And then they stole it.
I downloaded RuneScape. I got through the tutorial. And then I was like, I don't quite know what to do. So
and you wander and then just get killed.
So I gave my login to one of my buddies that was way into RuneScape. And then he just fucked me over. And then I never played it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you. I'm going back to Club Penguin, dude. Club Penguin was dope.
Where all my friends are.
Dude, it was just crazy because I remember you could throw snowballs in Club Penguin. Yep. Dude, yeah, it's gone. Penguin's gone.
Today I watched a video of while they ended the server, people got on and just like said goodbye.
And then it just shut off.
Yeah, then they got a notification that like thanks for playing basically. It was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be kind of emotional.
I mean, if you were obsessed with it up until then, yeah.
I was obsessed with it, but like I kind of died out of it.
Well, yeah, I think that's kind of
Because
the
it was
point of
definitely
Club Penguin.
a kid thing. But, dude, Secret Agent, man. Only people that were secret agents in Club Penguin understand.
I never did.
Yeah, you're not cool enough.
And if you do understand, email us at Moist
At
Monday
Moist
Podcast.
Monday Podcast, dudes, tell me if you're a secret agent, man. Secret agent, man. You know that song?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, Club Penguin.
So I'm trying to think of what other like kid games I was obsessed with. Age of War. Did you ever play that?
What's Age of War?
I have it on my phone now. It's
Oh my God.
wait, Age of War.
Age of War.
It's like you start out as cavemen, and it's like you're a base versus another base, and you like earn money and like so like cavemen. You have like basic caveman, which is like let's say like 10 gold. Caveman with like a slingshot is 15, and then caveman riding a dinosaur is like 75. And so you send them out to fight the other base, and then like you evolve after you earn it. So it goes like caveman to, I think, knights to pilgrims to
that's cool.
soldiers to
I think
then
I
like
played.
futuristic.
I think I played like kind of a version of that growing
Yeah.
up. I do remember playing a bunch of games like that. Like I played like the Stickman game that
Yep.
was kind of similar to
Yep,
that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That was fun as fuck, dude.
Yep.
Where like you literally, it's just waves of people and you got to get up money and then you send in. I played. It's crazy how similar games are.
Oh wait, this I just want to pull up the sound for this game because it's so iconic.
It sounds like we're in nature right
I
now.
know. No, the song people will know. If you know, you fucking know.
It's like the Clash of Clans intro.
No, like I like recently saw a TikTok with that, and it was someone walking like a caveman. I was like, oh, I love that.
And I would have had no idea.
Yeah, but like that's what I love about like shit like that. When like if you just like we're obsessed with one specific thing.
Hey, what's that? What's that hashtag? FIKYK or whatever. I never knew what that meant. Have you ever seen that? If you know, you know. That's what it is.
Oh, so I.
But every time I see it, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm usually like, I don't get it because
You
I don't know. I don't
You
know, dude. Dude, I used to play so much fucking random shit
Well, because also like,
because it was like just available and the internet was kind of new.
well, and, like the family computer would be in the basement, and I'd be messaging my friends on AOL, playing like games on it.
Yeah, playing stupid fucking
On a box computer that was slow as fuck.
Oh, dude! And then you would go and play it on the school computer and
Right,
like,
yeah. And like I remember like a joke I would always do to my family was you know, like if you leave a computer alone long enough, there'll be a back screen.
oh, the screensaver.
Yeah, that's what it's
That
called.
was all-
And like
I love
this one would
those.
be like a word bouncing around, and I would constantly change the word to something I thought was funny.
Oh, you could change the word.
Uh-huh.
That's so.
So
funny.
I had the computer for a long time, and then eventually, like my sister took it, which is wild because she probably took it for like college or something. No, she would have had a laptop by then. But like I remember her sending me a photo of the computer screen, and it was like a funny. I think I put the word as like vagina, and it was like
Just
bouncing around,
bouncing.
and she sent it to me. I was like, holy shit!
you kept
I forgot I did that,
You kept it.
and I was just like, oh my god! I hope I cleared the history.
That literally reminds me. You'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I just remember being a part of this because you guys were so excited. It was your entire family. This happened maybe when we were at the tail end of high school,
All right.
maybe afterwards. Your family recently got a tower PC
Yes.
just to play
The game of life.
The game of life on a computer.
Yeah, no, because it's
You were so upset. I like walked in, you had it set up on the dining room table.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
no. My family was
It's an old school. You got an old school PC. You could play Life.
Yeah, no. My dad went through like police like not records, but like police like storage and grabbed one of their old PCs and like found one that would be like adaptable. Because also he tried to like download it on like to his laptop and it fucking killed it because it was
Oh.
like a virus. Yeah, no. And the funny thing is, my girlfriend knows about that game too. Her family used to play that too. Like, so there's like.
I've never played. What's so
it
cool about
wasn't-
the computer edition?
Like when you land on certain spaces, they would pop up with this like picture or this weird 90s 3D animation. And they were just so iconic that like me and my family still quote it to this day.
So you could all of you could play and have it.
Yeah, and you just took turns and you like spin the wheel, and then like you were in a car, and depending on the
I think I
decade
do
you
remember
were-
it would show
you were
the.
driving, yeah.
I remember playing that a little, but
and,
I
like-
wasn't like obsessed with it. like
No,
you guys.
we just played it so much as kids.
That's so funny.
No, and like we just and like on all the spaces, depending what it was, there'd be like 3 different like title cards that'd pop up with them reading it, and we knew all of them. Like, oh my god, it was like we quote it still constantly to this day. No, the game of life for the PC.
I love how you guys grew up and then went and bought a retro PC just so you could play
No,
fucking.
I
And you
don't
had to
think-
set up on a table.
I don't know if he
You guys
even
still
bought.
have it?
I think he still has the PC because I don't even know if he bought it or if he just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take this. No one's gonna miss this.
Yeah, no one's gonna miss it because they would probably just go to the dump.
Right? Yeah, because
And you literally just used it for life.
Yes. No, that's I think we still have.
And then
it.
one of your sisters snuck on and played Club Penguin
I don't think any of them played computer games because I like.
because you were the computer gamer. Well, they were above. It was above their pay grade.
I mean, their age group a little bit because also like none of my family had MySpace that I knew of either.
But also, like, I
Do you
feel
have
like
MySpace? I was a little young
for a
it.
little bit, I remember making it at the hospital, which is kind of dark.
Yeah,
But I
because you
wasn't.
needed a distraction.
Yeah, but I wasn't technically allowed to have one, so it was definitely in private. But I feel like your older sisters would have definitely been into MySpace and AIM
You think so? I don't remember
because
them
that
on
was
it.
definitely their age group of demographic. Was,
AOL and AIM, yeah. Because all right, so Facebook started 2004.
I remember when I made a Facebook.
I mean, I know
I remember.
my whole family made one at the same time.
Oh, really? I remember. I went out to Olive Garden with my family,
yeah.
and my cousin had a Facebook. And at that Olive Garden, I asked my mom permission if I could make a Facebook account. And then when I got home, I made one.
Cool.
I was like, dude, now I just realized I remember playing on the home computer. I don't remember what it was, but I was obsessed with it. It was this weird fucking game with it was like a pipe puzzle game.
Okay.
So there was so many different pipes and they were all interlapping and you had to somehow get your way from the start to the finish.
Yeah.
Like going through all the different pipes and
Sure.
you'd go through a pipe and it would pop you up over here and you go, okay, now if I go through this one, where's that? It was, I don't remember what the fuck it was, but I used to play it after church all the time on the home computer. It might have even been one of, because I had so many, remember those computer games? Like obviously they came on the CD-ROMs.
Yeah.
I had a drawer full of like old school CD-ROM computer games. It might have been one of those. No, dude, it was more like 3D.
Okay.
3D than it was like a pipe game, and I was so obsessed with it. No, dude, it wasn't that. Dude, I don't.
That looks familiar to me.
No, it wasn't. That looks too like kiddie. This one was like super complicated,
No, no,
and it was like kind of futuristic.
no.
I don't even, man. It's so tough. I remember playing that, whatever that is, that pipe game where you had to turn the pipes and connect the route.
Here it just says The Fog. I don't know if that's the name or the website.
The fog.
I don't know. That seems like a weird name for a pipe game.
I don't remember what it was, but it was just something I found maybe in the computer desk, in the computer
Yeah.
drawer that somehow my family had, and I would play it all the time.
Because we had like old, like a lot of Disney games, but they were like where they kind of told this. Some of them like were just game packs,
They
and some of
kinda
them
clip
told
it,
the story.
Click and point adventures, or
Kind of, yeah. Because I know we had a Toy Story one that like got really hard. We had a Pocahontas one.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I remember the Pocahontas one. My favorite thing was like you could like point and click where you were doing like target practice with a bow and arrow.
Oh, that's cool.
I know we had Lion King because there was like a lot of like click and point paint ones where like just like it was a number paint by number thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we had a bunch of those. I remember one of my favorite games ever. And one of the times me and my sisters got together, it was called Math Blasters, and we literally looked it up on YouTube and watched like the whole thing. And like it taught you math, but it was just like it was cool.
It was
fun. Yeah.
I remember playing also like the simple computer games.
Like what?
I was obsessed with like Minesweeper
I never played Minesweeper.
and like Solitaire.
I do like
And
Solitaire.
what's the other one? It's like Solitaire, but there's
Free Cell.
Free Cell.
Yep.
I liked Free Cell
Because I
way
think
better than
Free
Solitaire.
Cell was the one my grandma was obsessed with, and
I
she
was-
taught me how to play
I
it.
played it all the time.
I
And then-
never knew how to play it with a deck of cards.
oh, dude,
though.
I used to play Free Cell and Solitaire because I played it so much on the computer with a deck of cards in real
Really?
life.
I've never had.
That's because that's how lonely I was.
That's
No, I'm just
fair.
kidding. But dude, I used to play computer games all the time. I remember going back to MySpace when I had a MySpace account. I don't know why this memory just came to my mind. I was like way young, obviously. It was way early morning before school. I was in the computer room.
What grade do you think?
Elementary school.
Okay,
Um,
I'm amazed. I
like
guess
sixth grade,
I don't know if they could block websites
fifth
back
grade.
then.
But I was on MySpace,
Yeah,
so I mean, it's a public space or public, I don't
but like
know.
not public. It was school's computer. I'm
No,
amazed.
but I was at home. This is at
okay,
home.
I
This
thought
is
you-
at home.
okay. I thought you said
this
computer lab.
This is early morning before school. I remember going down and being on like my MySpace profile, maybe checking out other people's profiles.
Sure.
And I was at the computer, and I remember on the other side of the room we had a TV, and MTV was on.
Yeah.
And I remember Shakira, the Hips Don't Lie music video.
Oh, baby, when you talk
Yeah,
like
the Hips Don't Lie
that.
music video was playing while I was on fucking MySpace. And that's all I remember from that. And I remember it was before school, and I was like trying to secretly hide being on MySpace,
Right.
but MTV was playing. It was like,
Oh,
what the heck,
cool.
dude?
That's such
Such a cool thing, but it was like, I just remember that one. It's like, I just remember it's like a
split
screenshot.
second,
This
yeah.
is a screenshot of the memory,
that.
but it's just like badass.
Isn't that wild how like things are like there is a certain smell and I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of so when we first moved to this area, we lived in these like shitty apartments for like a year and a half. And I remember when I was in kindergarten, I earned a Nintendo 64 by being able to write the alphabet correctly.
That's how you got the 64.
I think it was
That's
like
badass.
I think it was that mixed with like my birthday.
Now
or
say
something.
it backwards.
No, I had to write it correctly. I remember like I put like a letter backwards and then I fixed it and they were like, you got to try one more time, but you know where you messed up. And there's a certain smell that reminds me
of that moment.
of playing the Nintendo 64 and mixed with the way the sun shined through these blinds in this room. There's a
Wow.
like the way that the dust reflected in the sunlight that came in through these blinds. And I was playing Super Smash Bros. And I remember there's this thing on the Nintendo 64 Super Smash Bros. If you had two Yoshis on the Super Mario level where it had a platform underneath that moved, if you put them both together, they took up the same space and the colors kind of morphed and it looked gross and veiny. There's a certain smell that takes back
to that exact
that
screenshot.
that exact moment.
That's, dude, I think I've read or heard that smell is the strongest memory because it's weird. Like you just smell something and you're instantly taken back to that moment.
I have one
and
other.
like, why is that scent associated with like that's
I have
a weird
one other very specific scent that reminds me of something, and like I don't know why it reminds me of this girl, and like no insult to her, but something about the scent. It's if I'm in a hot tub and I hover where my nose is right above the water,
like that chlorine or
I don't even know what it is. Something about like the heat and
baked water.
yeah. It reminds me of my first girlfriend. And like not
Did you ever get in a hot tub with her?
no, not even like and like not as an insult. And there's no way like that like her perfume smelled like that, but something about that smell reminds me of like being 15 hanging out with her.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy how like how
And that-
your mind
And that's the only smell I can like
that's like the only wire that connects.
but like that's the only like smell I can like activate.
Okay, so you can recreate
Because
it.
I know where the smell
Because
is.
sometimes you're just walking around and you go, what the fuck? Now I'm playing 64.
Yeah. And like,
Dude, that's the fucking weird part about smells and memories.
yeah.
What the fuck?
I
dude?
mean, like a certain candle will just take you like to a place you forgot you lived.
And sometimes you're like, what does that smell and why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
Because you're like, you kind of know what it is.
Do you have any like very specific things?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. Like, there's obviously, I can't think of any right now, but obviously,
Okay.
like there are a ton.
Yeah.
I'm just blanking, man. I'm under pressure.
Because that's also something I've noticed about like at work. If
Hopefully, when I listen to this episode, I can remember and maybe I'll write them down and
Yeah.
then we can talk about it later.
but like even like recently at work, so like right now I'm a FedEx driver, and there are certain parts of so I do like the same route 4 out of 5 days a week.
Yeah, which is kind of nice.
I enjoy it, yeah, because I like my route. But like, there's certain areas of my route. It reminds me of what I was listening to one time when I was there. Because I generally listen to podcasts now because like music.
I have that same feeling.
Do you? Okay, yeah.
Oh, because I remember, and I don't do FedEx anymore, but I used to do FedEx. I remember driving through a mobile home park,
Yep.
delivering packages, and I delivered. It was in Atlantic, because which is like an hour and a half from where I delivered. I used to drive an hour and a half out of town to deliver packages to this small town. I was driving through this mobile park, and I remember driving through listening to Joe Rogan with The Undertaker.
Okay.
That's what was on. But what's crazy is I delivered to that town and that mobile park so many times, but I just remember that one lane.
Yep.
It was multiple lanes, but I remember driving down that one lane listening to The Undertaker on Joe Rogan. Like,
I remember listening to that podcast.
But
was
it was
a
like
welder,
4
though.
hours, so I'm pretty sure I listened to it on the drive down. I'm pretty
it's
sure I
just
listened
like
to it on
one-
other streets, but I remember that specific street listening to Undertaker.
No, there's
like
certain-
it's fucking like, why did that click for some reason?
No, there's like certain cul-de-sacs on like streets I literally hit every like 4 times a week. I'm on that street.
And it just takes you back to
it's
one song.
It's one moment of a podcast.
And like,
And
why?
it's not even like okay, again, like there's one, like, because I also listen to Joe Rogan. I know that people hate him, but also he's the biggest podcast.
Yeah, and
so
also,
like if you listen to podcasts, like you're gonna dip into him.
and also, like, dude, I like pro wrestling. The Undertaker's
right,
on
yeah.
there. Like, you
No,
know what
I
mean?
remember listening to the Undertaker.
It's a great one.
No, I know exactly where I was when I listened to it.
It's crazy.
But there's one like cul-de-sac that reminds me of the first time I heard about the Kill Tony comedy show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they just talked about it once, and it lit like, and it's a place I go every 4 out of 7 days a week,
That's so weird.
and it just sparks that, and like that's not a solid because I don't care about that show because
No,
like
yeah.
I'm not. I've never seen that show. I've never looked into that show. But literally learning about that show, I remember every
feel like-
time I drive in one area,
Oh,
and
man,
for
it's-
no fucking
it's
reason.
so fascinating how your brain works in that way.
Yep.
Like, are you just in that moment? Is your brain just firing on like a certain cylinder, or maybe endorphins are running at a certain
Something
speed,
clicks in a weird like
or it just
vibrations match.
where it just happens to save this file.
Yep.
And that's what you remember. Because
So
dude, I have that with a lot of things where I'm like, why do I remember this in this scenario? Because it's like, that doesn't matter. It was just something to pass the time, or I was just listening to it to go
like
through
just
work.
mindless shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet I have like 8 areas that remind me of one specific song or podcast moment
Jeez,
for no
Louise.
fucking reason.
Well, I remember, speaking of podcasts, I remember like literally months ago when we were thinking about prepping for episode 5 of You Up.
Yep.
I remember working on a house outside we were working on their deck. It was a balcony. It was a nice day. And this is probably end of February, early March. And it was a nice
Ooh,
day.
one of those random nice days. We
Random
got.
nice days.
Yeah.
I was wearing shorts. We were working outside. It was great. And I was writing down topic ideas. And I remember this exact moment of being like, I want to talk about group chats.
Yeah.
And that was like, and then I made a list on my phone, and then I came over and we recorded that episode that day. And like,
And look where that thought got you.
yeah, but like, I remember like that. I remember like thinking like, this is going to be a great podcast. But why? Because I've had come up with other topic ideas I've came up with. I just remember because maybe it was one of the first days of the year that was super nice, or maybe because that topic was controversial, or maybe
Controversial.
or maybe it was just. I just remember standing on the deck, typing in my notes pad episode ideas, and then the episode's live and real.
And
Like, I don't remember any. I don't remember recording it.
No.
I don't remember. It's just crazy. They're just little fucking snips that seem inconsiderate, or that seem like so small in the moment.
Right. I
But
mean,
then all of
'cause
a
they're
sudden,
not
but then those are the things you remember.
Because they're not inconsiderate because I mean, I guess some of the thoughts are, but like that one's not inconsiderate, but it was just so minuscule.
Yeah, it was just an idea, and
A
I write.
passing thought that you wrote down.
And I write down things in my notes all the time.
Yeah.
It's just ideas or like things I want to talk about on other podcasts, or like why does that one click, or why does that podcast click, or why does that song click, or why does that memory click? Like, the brain is so fascinating, dude. And
Just certain things link up for
and-
apparently no reason.
and I feel like there might be some people that can kind of explain it, but I feel like we don't know.
Wait, do you remember your dreams?
Sometimes, dude. I've had
Okay.
dude. I'm glad you brought that up. I've had really weird fucking dreams lately.
Okay.
Like fucked up ones. So I had one recently about my ex because I'd listened to a trauma episode that we just put out,
Right.
and that kind of rekindled that. So that was about that.
Sorry.
Which was no, it was fine. I didn't wake up like depressed or anything. I woke up and got out of bed. So that's a sign. But I remember this is the weird dream that really tripped me. This was the night prior, so I had 2 fucked up dreams in two days.
Okay.
So here's my dream. I don't know what the heck was happening. So I remember I was at my grandparents' house, and all of us, and in the dream, it wasn't even the house that I know that they live in.
But you're just aware that it's their house.
Yeah, and it was
I hate that.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
It's like when you
I'm making up a house that they live in. I know where they live.
But like it's like when you have a dream and it's like a person, and you're aware of who the person is, but it looks nothing like them.
Yeah, and you're like,
it's just that's who that is.
But it's like, no, it's not.
But like,
Yeah,
you know,
so that's
like,
so it
but
was.
your dream, you knows that that's them.
Yeah, so this was at my grandparents' house, which is my grandparents' house in real life, and there's like a venue like 2 blocks away.
Sure.
And at the venue, there was multiple events happening. Like it was like maybe a convention center or something. I don't even know. I just remember it was a huge venue.
Okay.
So I, for some odd reason, drove my car there.
Yeah.
And one of the events I was going to was Local H was playing.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be great. The crowd was like really small for some reason. And that's because there was another event happening. And it was a Doughboys live episode being recorded,
Weird.
which is another podcast that I love listening to. But it was happening at the same venue in a different room.
Yeah.
And that's why Local H, the crowd was so small because everyone was at that live taping of a podcast.
Sure.
And I just remember like the band noticing that nobody was there and getting upset and quit playing.
Okay.
And then but then deep down I was like, I want to be at the Doughboys event. I don't want to I don't want to be.
But you were at the Local Aid show?
Yeah, which is, I love Local H and I love, like, I think I'd rather be at a concert venue than a podcast
But you've
taping.
seen Local Age, you haven't seen Doughboys.
True. And I probably because I'd listened to a live episode that day, so that's probably.
That's still weird.
Dude, it's just a fucking weird dream. But then I remember, like, the Doughboy show had already started. Local H quit playing. Like, they were like, fuck this. So they quit playing.
So wait, I have a question. Did you hear their music in your dream, or were you just aware that
I was just aware they were there, so I didn't hear their music. So
Okay, yeah.
That's another weird thing. Like, what the heck? But then I was like, I want to get fucked up. Like, that was just a random thought I had in my dream. I want to get fucked up. So I was like, I better drive my car home 2 blocks. So like, I remember driving my car to my grandparents' house.
Walked back?
And then I remember like backing up into the garage for some reason. And then I remember walking back, getting there way late after the event had started.
Yeah.
Starting to chug beers. And then for some odd reason, the podcast live event was at a table read. So I just sat down at like a square of tables.
I could see that. Oh,
And everyone,
a lot of tables.
like, you know what I mean? Like at a writer's room where they're all around. Like
So you were also at a table. Okay.
I was sitting down at like a table read, but I was just a viewer of the pod.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, hey, there's an open chair by one of the hosts. You can go sit by him.
Oh.
And so I sat by the host.
And
of
do you
one of the
know what
hosts.
they look like?
Yeah, I know what they look
Okay.
like. So I just sat by one of the hosts and they like kept talking. And then some guy like pointed at me and got mad at me because I was in his seat. So that was like, oh, you can have it back. And then went back. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is this dream, dude?
Okay, wait. Are you sorry? Are
Yeah,
you
that was it. But I was like, I like woke up and I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Okay, because I have another dream story that you might remember.
Oh, is this not a recent dream?
No. Do you remember when you and I had a linked dream?
Whoa.
So
No.
the nut or fuck shit, what was it?
Was it during COVID?
Yes, but it was around the time we got to go outside at one point. I can't remember. I think we hung out the day before and after this dream happened. Because I remember the day before I mentioned that I kind of missed paranormal events because I had experienced a lot as a kid.
And then I think we both had fucked up dreams.
So what? So then
We're going to have fucked up dreams tonight now because
maybe.
you're bringing it up.
Yeah. So I remember I went to bed this night and then I kept waking up and then, or I thought I kept waking up. So I keep having dreams where I woke up in my bed, and this was at my old apartment where I lived alone, and somebody would be in my apartment. And
That's so freaky.
so I went out once, I remember, and it was a burglar and I had to fight him. And then I woke up again in my bed and I could hear something. So I went out and it was a girl.
So you were stuck in like kind of a time loop, but you never quite were waking up, but you were waking up in your dream.
Yes. So
That's like Inception type shit.
So then I woke up again and I heard something in my kitchen. I ran out and it was a girl I knew, and then her and I started like fucking around or whatever.
What the
And then I
fuck?
woke up again and I ran out because I heard something, and it was a poltergeist and it beat the shit out of me.
What the
And I think there was like
fuck?
1 or 2 other ones. And then I woke up and you were at the foot of my bed being like, hey, Jacob, it's okay. You and I just took some drugs, but we're going to get through this. And then
the
next day, the girl who I dreamt about, you were with me when this happened, texted me like, hey, did something happen to you last night? Because at like 2 a.m., I was in the shower and I heard growling behind me.
The girl texted you that?
Yes, the girl who was also in my dream. So it felt linked. And then you told me about a dream you had where you and
I'm getting goosebumps right now.
where you and I did drugs together and I freaked out.
What the fuck? And I'm telling you to calm down, and that was really.
So you had a dream that you and I did drugs together, and I freaked
And
out.
I must have had a pretty fine trip and trying to calm you
And
down.
then in my dream, I was freaking out, and you convinced me, "Hey, we're just on drugs. It's okay." Because I remember when I
so that was like a triple link.
yeah, no, like she
What the
got looped into
fuck?
it, but she wasn't asleep. So I remember I woke up. It was like 4 a.m. and I got up, put on pants, and ran outside because I had to see something real. I had to feel the dirt.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Because you're like, is this real life? I keep waking up.
Right? Yeah. No. It
Jesus
was. Yeah. It was
Christ,
fucking
dude.
hell. Yeah.
I like kind of vaguely remember that.
Okay. Wait.
Do you have to like get saved or something?
I think I texted myself.
It's so crazy that you text yourself shit. Oh my God, dude. That would freak me out.
I have her text right here. It was June 20th.
Of 2021?
2020.
2020. Okay, so COVID had just started. Okay.
Yeah. So she literally texted me the other night. Something really odd happened when I was in the shower. Something whispered to me in the really deep guttural low sound. It was coming from behind me. Did you experience this?
So is this a girl you were talking to at the time, I'm guessing?
Yes. And then I responded, so this is actually real fucked up, or really fucked me up because
What
I had a
the-
big ramp up of things happen yesterday and just found out it linked to my best friend. And then she apparently knew your name because I had talked about you before. And she said, Robert, what was he experience? I found out that him and I had our dreams link up, which makes me feel like I'm fucking crazy. Things keep messing with me throughout the night, and it was making it really hard for me to differ what was real. And she said, I'd say you're synced up with me and him. It's an interesting gift. Have you been really out of whack? And I'm like, yeah, they're bad. And she said, I'm sorry that this happened. So then my text.
What the fuck?
So my text was, you keep trying to sleep and you've hallucinated that people in your dreams. Robert, her name, someone messing with papers in your kitchen, a poltergeist, and an intruder. Each felt extremely real with touch sensation. In each dream, you started from where you were in real life and explained this to people in other dreams. So in every dream, I also talked to people.
Jesus Christ.
So I texted myself June 19th. She texted me June 20th.
Dude, that's freaky as fuck. And didn't you have other kind of freaky, weird shit happen in that apartment?
Not really. There was one time when I initially moved in because it was the first night that my bed got there. I went to sleep and I woke up and there was this old woman at the foot of my bed. And
What
she
the
was,
fuck?
yeah, she had her hair tied up in a messy bun and had those things in the bun that they put, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever
the
those are
sticks.
called. Yeah. And I remember she was an old white woman and she kind of had a black veil over. And then she looked at me and then pulled out a balloon and popped it. And then I woke up again.
Jesus Christ.
And then
That's not even scary, but scary.
it's just weird. And then
That would freak me out, dude.
so then
I get so paranoid just of real life shit.
yeah. And then the first night a buddy of mine, James, shout out, miss you. But he came to visit and he fell asleep on my couch and he said, and then the next day he told me like, yeah, a weird thing happened last night. I woke up and I looked over and saw an old woman and I was like, shut up, write down what she looked like. And him and I literally wrote down the exact words. And like we even wrote it down in like the same like line by line, like
Holy
old
shit.
woman, hair in a messy bun, black dress, black veil. And then he's like, yeah, I woke up, looked at her and she was over by your movie shelves in a weird old chair. And she was looking through the movies and books and then looked at me and shushed me. And then I woke up again.
Holy fuck, dude. I don't know if I could handle
But that was the only 2 times I ever experienced.
Yeah, but that's
it.
a recurring character.
I mean, but like also I don't hate her. Because also I think it's kind of funny. She brought a balloon and brought her own chair and just shushed him because she was looking at movies. I can't remember if he
Yeah.
said he talked to her or not.
What the fuck,
It
dude?
did kind of bug me that she shushed him. Like there was I guess I don't remember if he said there was an audible shh or if it was just a finger to the
or
mouth.
just a finger silent.
Because but like to me, she popped a fucking balloon, which is a bitch move.
That's a big audible, like,
Well, she brought a balloon and a needle.
dude, that's so, oh man, that shit freaks me out so much.
Well, you were here. So at my house, I've only experienced one paranormal event.
And I was here for it?
Yes. So
Oh shit. Maybe because it freaks me out so much, I black it out of my memory.
what time are we at right now?
We're a little bit over.
Okay.
We gotta tell it, dude. We gotta tell it.
Okay. So to me, I mean, obviously, I believe in paranormal stuff, but I'm fully aware that it's probably bullshit.
But also, you're way open to it, which also
Might invite shit in.
would also invite shit in.
So-
Because, dude, it's gotta exist.
I think
It's
so.
gotta.
Well, because also the alternative is I have like a tumor in my brain or something, like something.
Yeah, but how is shit connecting to other? Like, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't in the way there's stuff that you can't
Yeah.
really explain.
So this time, you'd spent the night before. I don't remember what it was for. It wasn't a Moist Monday because it was before we officially recorded. But you'd spent the night.
So this was somewhat recently, or it's just? I mean, you've only had the house for a year. Okay.
It was last. I think it was November actually.
Okay.
Because all right, so you had spent the night, and then I had a horrible nightmare. I remember where I was just walking down the street, and then a guy behind me pulled out a knife and just started running at me, screaming. And then
Jesus
and then I
Christ.
sat straight up in bed and I was freaked out, like sweating and just like, but I was like, I was a dream. Jesus Christ, that was horrible. And then from downstairs, I just hear. Let me see if I can get it.
Oh, I fucking remember this, dude.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
And then I'm
Knocking.
And then I'm just like, oh, fuck. So I put on pants. I come downstairs. Well, because also my thing was like, is Robert like asking me something? Like, did he come upstairs? You weren't upstairs. I come downstairs super slowly, and you are sitting up in the bed because this is when we had a bed in the living room.
Yeah, I remember. I was
And
sitting
you were sitting up and you were
staring at the fucking door.
no, because all you said to me are like, "Are you here for the knocks?" And I was just like, God. Fucking damn it. And because I don't even think you and I had a conversation either. I think
No, we didn't, dude. I literally.
because I went outside.
Oh, you went. See, that's why I get so fucking scared. I just don't move.
No, I went outside and took a lap around the house. And then I came inside. I checked the security system. Nothing was off. And then I look at the clock and it's fucking like 3:35, which means like 2 minutes ago it was 3:30.
And there was 3 knocks.
Yeah. And so to me, this is more of a witch thing. Like maybe somebody cursed me for something. Because also for the next 6 weeks, every day off, I had a car problem.
I do remember that. Yeah.
My car broke down twice. I got in a car accident.
Speeding ticket.
And then a ticket for my thing being expired. But it cost me $4,000 in 6 weeks.
Just bam, bam.
Every
literally,
day off.
And you literally, one of the days you said, I'm not going anywhere.
Yep.
Because you were like, if I go anywhere, my car's going to fucking.
Well, no. So it was when you did your charity event because that's when I got in a car accident. So when
Oh,
was
yeah, because
that?
you were going to bring us coffee, dude.
was-
September.
Oh, it was September? Okay. So it was.
But this is after, dude.
So it was
I
like-
remember those fucking knocks. That was definitely over
So it was
summer.
September or late August. Okay. So it wasn't
Holy
November. Okay.
fuck, dude.
Yeah,
that
so-
knock. Oh, fuck.
No, and I remember I didn't even tell my girlfriend about it because she just would have freaked out. She staged the house the next day, but like I felt like I was cursed for a month and a half. And I reached out to all of my witch friends being like, hey, do you have any advice? And then I found out that there's an old Indian thing where you like run over lemons or bananas or something and it's supposed to like help bless the item. I threw holy water everywhere.
Did you really?
I did a salt line on my door. Like I did
to help
everything
stop?
because I felt cursed and like
I mean, I feel like it's good now.
I mean it was horrible luck that came right after an event. The next
Dude,
week
those knocks were they were loud, distinct.
I heard them upstairs.
and slow.
Yes, it
because
was
I
one,
literally
two,
think I had woken
3.
up right before it happened.
yeah.
Like you know,
'Cause I
you
did
ever have
too.
those feelings where you wake up right before something happens and you're like,
because there was a thing growing up. I remember my parents rarely woke me up by saying my name. I heard them coming, and that's what woke me up.
yeah, and it's like, why? Like your body's aware something's about to happen,
Yeah.
and then you wake up, and then like sometimes you wake up right before your alarm,
Yeah.
and then it's like, what the heck? So like I remember being awake and then just hearing the knocks, and like the bed was right in the living room.
You could
Just straight shot to where the knocking was coming from, and I was like, I'm fucked.
God, what
And you guys
door
were-
do you think it was?
I
Because
definitely think it was the front door, dude.
yeah.
The
'Cause I-
scary part was that the mattress was like open to all the elements, so
Yes.
like my head was facing the kitchen, and then I'm glad I heard movement because I was like, because I would have just fucking stayed up all night long.
Yeah.
And then I think once you did all your whole loop and everything, I did feel, but then I think I was just freaking out the whole night.
Yeah. I just remember
That shit freaks me the fuck out.
only thing I remember you saying are you here for the knocks?
Are you here for the knocks? That's how probably scared I was. I was like,
and like you made it way worse for me. The idea that you said that, not like, did you hear that? No, are you here for the knocks?
was just fucking freaking out, man.
I know.
Oh man. Holy shit. This episode has been crazy.
And nothing paranormal has happened to me since, thankfully.
Yeah, knock on wood. For sure.
Twice.
Three
not
small knocks.
Yeah.
Oh my. Paranormal shit. I mean, you have so many paranormal stories. That could probably be its own episode. But this has been a longer episode of the Moist Monday podcast. We probably got to wrap it up there with
Thank you for sitting in with us.
With 3 knocks.
I'm sure my girlfriend's annoyed in the other room.
She's probably like, "What the fuck is happening?" Yeah. But we gotta leave you there on that. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic Monday.
Hopefully, you can sleep well tonight.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or
Any
whenever
day
you're
of the
listening.
week is a perfect day for Moist Monday.
Yeah, hopefully we can help you get through your day or work week or whatever, and hopefully you have those weird memories where you're like, "Man, I remember doing this."
Email us
while listening to that episode.
No, like anything
of the Moist Monday podcast.
If you connect to anything we just said, talk about your Club Penguin experience. Like literally, let
me know if you're a fucking CIA agent, a secret agent,
for sure that. But like,
because we'll connect.
And I won't read it because Robert's the only one permitted.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, like
he didn't get allowed.
Put like message line like CIA agent.
Dude, there was like a secret Penguin only. There was something, and dude, it was cool. You got like a cell phone. It was fucking badass. But we'll leave you on that. This has been the Moist Monday podcast. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram.
Moist Monday podcast.
Send us an email at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. Follow, like, subscribe. Do whatever you gotta do.
Recommend us to friends, and if you hate us, recommend us to enemies. Anything you will, we would love it. Interact with us. We will interact with anybody and everybody who reaches out because we're so excited that humans listen to us.
God damn. And it's been fun. And we didn't even get to one of the things I wanted to talk about. That's okay. We'll keep it for next time. But that's how we go. See you later, everyone.
Happy Moist Monday. Good Lord. Well, you got your blooper for the week.
Wow, dropped his phone on an empty beer bottle.